Recently, I had an encounter with the Lord where I saw the word exhaustion in huge letters. I then saw the Lord touch the word exhaustion, and it turned to the word encounter. I began to hear many in the body of Christ saying things like, "I have never been more tired in all my life. I am so exhausted from the constant battle. I am so tired of the one thing after another. I am so tired of the pressing." I began to see many people all across the body of Christ, and the word burnt out was over them. They were feeling so burnt out by the season that they had walked, and are walking. They had felt like the hardship and trial of the season or seasons, and the warfare they had endured left them feeling tired, worn out, exhausted and dry. I saw many in their prayer closets with the Lord, and they were saying, "Lord, I am exhausted to my very core. I need a touch from you. Without a touch from you, I cannot continue. Lord, deliver me. Lord, save me. I am so tired." As I watched this taking place, I remembered an encounter I had a few years ago, where the Lord spoke to me that one of the greatest attacks of the enemy in the coming seasons would be to try and weary the saints, and wear them down, but through his supernatural power and strength he would revive his people. He would restore his people, and he would raise up an army that lives in deep surrender and intimacy with him, in power, strength and carrying his fire. I knew that these people I was seeing all across the body of Christ, so deeply exhausted, were experiencing this onslaught of the enemy to wear them down and weary them. I then saw the fire of the Lord coming down in the shape of a hammer upon the lives of each one of these ones. I knew that it was the word of the Lord and his fiery presence that was coming to smash and destroy this weariness in their lives, once and for all. There was a complete turning. I then heard the Lord say, "The season of weariness for many of my people has been long and very difficult. They have experienced a level of weariness that they had not experienced before, but I am turning the tables. I am coming in fire, and I am igniting my people afresh. I am breaking off the heavy yoke of weariness, and I am ushering them into a season of unprecedented encounter with me." So many of these ones have felt like they have done something wrong. They have felt like they've come out of alignment with me and have experienced such weariness and barrenness. The enemy has sought with these ones to attempt to draw them into a place of anxiety, to cause them to continually search for, "What have I done wrong?" The enemy is trying to cage them in this place of continual introspection, but I am setting my people free. I am releasing revelation of the onslaught of the enemy that has come against their lives to attempt to take them out with such deep weariness, but it ends now in this season. I am putting an end to this oppressive exhaustion, and I am bringing them into unprecedented encounter. They have felt so under the exhaustion, and have felt like they cannot break through it, and their season is defined by this level of exhaustion, but I am breaking that false declaration over their season. For the enemy would attempt to lure them into the belief, "It is not going to change, you will just have to learn to limit yourself and your life to accommodate for this exhaustion." But I say unto you, no. I am breaking off this oppressive exhaustion, and you will not live under it. I am bringing you up and out, and bringing you into a season of accelerated ascension. Position yourself in me in humility and with your yes, afresh, and I am accelerating you into a season of ascension. I am bringing you into a season of revelation, insight, and instruction unlike anything you have ever known. Many of you have felt like this exhaustion has stolen so much revelation from you. It has left you foggy, it's left you lacking clarity, it's left you constantly battling physical symptoms of exhaustion, but I say unto you no more. I say unto you that my fire is reviving you afresh. Where you felt you were living under such exhaustion, and this exhaustion was attempting to extinguish my fire within you on a day-to-day basis, now you shall know a fresh baptism of fire like never before. You are crossing over. You are crossing over the threshold into a season of deep encounter, a season of deep revelation of my word and my strategy, and you will not be worn down anymore, but you will be positioned in this season to govern with me. From breakdown to birthing and building. Where many of these ones had felt like they were living in constant breakdown, whether internally or situations surrounding them, and barely being able to maintain what the Lord had placed in their hands on a day-to-day level. I heard the Lord say, from breakdown to building. I am breaking the breakdown, and I am bringing you into a season of unprecedented birthing and building. Crossing over into the new Hebraic year of 5784, there has been a major crossing over into a season of multiple births and unprecedented births. The Lord spoke, "There will not be battle and barrenness that will keep you bound, but I am raising you up and above into this season of accelerated ascension to birth and build with me suddenly." There is going to be such unprecedented acceleration of restoration, provision, and instruction that suddenly you will birth and build. I am marking your new season with birthing and building. This is the season to occupy. Many who are believing for buildings will see me suddenly birth the building. For many who are believing for land, you will see me suddenly birth the land into your hands, the fulfillment of the promise so you can build. It is time to arise and build. Get a new book. I felt the fear of the Lord surround me quite heavily in this moment, and I heard the Lord say, "Get a new book." I began to see many buying new journals, new notebooks. When I asked the Lord what He was saying, I heard Him say, "For the threshold that has been crossed in 5784, into this season of birthing, building and accelerated ascension, I am going to be releasing divine instruction, wisdom, clarity and revelation in such acceleration you will not be able to keep up. You must take note of all I say. You must write down all I show you, for I am going to begin to reveal increase in the vision I have already given you, an accelerated revelation in new visions and assignments for this hour, and you cannot miss a piece. I will be releasing very specific instructions for the building and birthing that's upon you, and those that are ahead. It is very important that you pay attention to every instruction and obey, to the detail. For I am building in a new way, and these new assignments will contain my glory in unprecedented ways. Many of you have felt like you were in a place of such battle over revelation and instruction. Many of you have also felt you have been in a pause. Many of you have felt dry in the place of instruction and revelation. But I say unto you, here comes the waterfall of my divine wisdom. It's time. The dam has broken. The time has arrived to receive unprecedented instruction and wisdom in the building and birthing, and the unprecedented provision will follow. It is time to really lean in, listen and receive my instruction, for what I am about to do, no eye has not seen before. And your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, "This is the way, walk in it," when you turn to the right, or when you turn to the left. Isaiah 30 verse 21. Listen to my instruction and be wise, and do not disregard it. Proverbs 8 verse 33. If you wait at wisdom's doorway longing to hear a word for every day, joy will break forth within you as you listen for what I'll say. Proverbs 8 verse 34.